Здравствуйте, добрый день. I am very glad to be here, at least by video, to talk for a minute about collaborative democracy and wiki legislation. It's a very exciting panel and a topic that you have today, exploring the way that Russia, through the auspices of WikiVote and their technology, is now making it possible for citizens to participate in the legislative drafting process. Just yesterday, for the first time, I commented on a bill in the United States. I didn't just offer a comment, but I actually, using wiki tools, was able to highlight the relevant section of the legislative text and to offer an amendment as to how I thought the legislation could better be drafted. In that way, I was able to participate more actively in the life of my democracy than I've ever been able to do before merely through voting. Latvia, Finland, and other countries are also experimenting with this kind of legislative wiki drafting, excuse me. Not all of them are yet using WikiVote, although I'm sure we hope they all will. But many countries are exploring ways for citizens to get involved in new forms. Previously, at least in the United States, the typical way to participate was through voting in elections, every 4 years, every 2 years, maybe every year. Perhaps I could get involved at the local level, in my community, in my neighborhood, through cleaning up my park or through volunteering for my school, but there really wasn't much of a way to participate in national politics. I could, if I wanted, to make a comment on a piece of pending regulation, which is the law in the United States. But that is generally an activity left to professional lawyers and professional lobbyists who follow the complex, highly legalistic and technical regulatory drafting process, know about opportunities to participate, and know how to participate. Often interest groups ask their members to submit comments, what are sometimes called postcard comments, a single line or two that's automated, the identical comment that's sent by thousands and thousands of people, that interest group asks not only to demonstrate discontent or pleasure with a piece of regulation, but really just to get names and addresses for their mailing lists in order to solicit contributions. In other words, previously our view of democracy was fairly anemic. The best we thought that citizens were capable of was to vote, or maybe to talk amongst themselves, to offer a comment here and there, to have a conversation with neighbors, to engage in what we used to term, or still term, deliberative democracy. That was perceived as the highest and greatest ideal, when diverse citizens in a community could talk to one another as a way of getting engaged. Now, thanks to the internet, thanks to the availability of new technology, and thanks to the new models for participation that technologies like WikiVote are demonstrating, we now are moving towards an era of what I call collaborative democracy, a world in which citizens and government can participate together, can collaborate together, working in new ways to make change happen and to solve problems. So in my book, Wiki Government, which I'm delighted to know has come out in Russia this month, I talk about the first example of this kind of collaborative democracy experiment in the United States, where the United States Patent and Trademark Office asked volunteer scientists and technologists to help with the examination of patent applications. That experiment, Peer to Patent, created a model, demonstrated what was possible when one asked citizens not simply to vote, but contribute their expertise, to contribute their knowledge, to contribute their experience. And it turns out that thanks to the tools available, it's easy to do so, it's not time-consuming to do so, and it can be done simply and quickly. People are eager to get involved. Now with the launch of the open data movement around the world, new data sets being made available in Russia, in the United States, and elsewhere, citizens are taking data and building iPhone apps and tools to tell when the subway is coming on time, or to tell people and help them eat in a more healthy way, or to protect the environment. In other words, what collaborative democracy speaks to is the notion that we all have skills and talents, and they are diverse and they are different. You may be interested in the environment, and I'm interested in education. The goal is, in our democracy, to create many different ways for people to participate. Not crowdsourcing widely. The goal is not to have everyone participating in the same way, in the way we do with voting. It's an important baseline of our democracy. But the idea is to have everyone participating to his highest and best use according to his interests in the way that's possible. So that's the essence of collaborative democracy. I'm glad you'll be talking about these experiments with collaborative legislative drafting as a key example of these new ways in which people can work together, whether it's to draft legislation, to create regulations, to examine patents, to clean up the park, to lead to healthier eating, safer communities, a healthier planet, more jobs, or better well-being for all. The goal is that we all have a role to play, and we can do so together. Not working with government over here and civil society over there, but working together. When we collaborate, institutions working with networks, we're stronger, we're better, and we can govern more effectively. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great panel and a wonderful conference, and thank you for letting me join you.